Early in the morning, early in the morning, in the morning.
What's going on, people? It's your boy Cam, Topical Juice, and I'm back with a truly sickening, evil, harrowing and sad story today. How can people be so cruel? How can a child have to experience things that no human being should ever have to experience in their life? And why do they have to experience that so young? How come the universe made it so? Yeah, how come the higher powers, the higher spiritual powers made it so that a little boy had to go through torture and pain and neglect just to then die? What is this? What is this world that we live in? Listen, I don't even want to talk about this story for too much. This is putting me in a really foul and low mood even talking about this. So I'm going to read a little segment from an article just to explain what had happened and give you a bit of a narrative. But yeah, I personally don't want to talk about this for too long because it's kind of triggering me and making me feel a type of way. So all I can say is let's just get into this video, man. This video is about Arthur, the poor boy who died at the hands of his pathetic, coward father and his girlfriend. So yeah, let's get into this video. Like the video, hit the bell to be notified, hit the subscribe button, and if you want to support your boys' merchandise in the description below. So let me just read from this BBC article because it really paints the picture of what poor Arthur really went through. So as you can see on your screens, it says Arthur Labinjo Hughes, a life cut short by cruelty. Tuesday 16th June 2020 started the same as any other for 6-year-old Arthur. In misery and pain, barely able to stand, he folded away his bedding in the living room where his father and new stepmother had been making him sleep on the floor, all while monitored by CCTV set up to catch him misbehaving. For 3 months, his life was dictated by a cruel punishment regime enforced by Emma Tustin and Thomas Hughes, the two most pathetic, embarrassing, insecure people known to mankind. That day would be his last alive. Arthur's short life had been difficult. He lived with his mother, Olivia, after she and Hughes split not long before his 2nd birthday. After she was arrested for killing her abusive partner in 2019, Arthur was left in the sole care of his father. Despite the challenges, he was a happy and cheeky child who was adored by his extended family. He loved school, football and superheroes. Not long after taking responsibility for Arthur, Hughes, 29, met Tustin on an online dating site. When the UK went into lockdown in March 2020, the couple made a decision to merge their families at Tustin's home on Cranmore Road in Solihull, where she lived with her own children, 4 and 5. It didn't take long for things to deteriorate for Arthur. By April, social services and police had paid a visit for referrals from a concerned grandmother and an anonymous tip from Tustin's own parents. The 32-year-old was said to have bristled with hostility towards Arthur. Mrs. Hughes spotted extensive bruising on her grandson's back, and he told her Tustin had slammed him into the stairs, calling him an ugly, horrible brat. And as you can see on your screen right there, there is the picture of Arthur's back and some bruising, but no action was taken. Continuing on, the authorities found no cause for concern. They're to blame also. Tustin and Hughes manipulated visitors, told them that his bruises were down to play. Hughes would even call Arthur's school and tell teachers he'd been playing out in the garden. It was a lie. What they concealed was a campaign of violence, cruelty and abuse designed to terrorise, debase and dehumanise the boy who depended on them. Prosecutors noted how the day Arthur was fatally injured, there was barely an indication that he even lived at number 39 Cranmore Road. Such was his isolation from the rest of the family. But he was monitored on CCTV set up around the home. Cameras would eventually capture Tustin callously trying to administer cowpole to the boy she had murdered just out of view in the hallway. The hallway where Arthur's heart stopped beating is where he had spent most of his time during lockdown. For up to 14 hours a day, he would stand facing the door, deprived of food, drink and affection. He would stand there alone while his father enjoyed chocolates and other treats in the kitchen with Tustin and her own children. There is the still image of Arthur in his room, folding his bedding. Let me continue. His treasured possessions, including a favourite blanket, teddy bear and his beloved Birmingham City football shirts, were torn up and destroyed before his eyes by an enraged Hughes as another twisted punishment. As he grew weaker and struggled to stand, Arthur would be punished further if he tried to move or sit down in the hallway. While alone, Arthur would often cry to himself. Tustin would record more than 200 clips of him in distress, including 2 particularly harrowing recordings where Arthur is heard begging in tears, "I want you to feed me, no one's going to feed me," and crying, "No one loves me." Tustin sent these recordings to Hughes, who would respond with violent threats encouraging his partner to harm his son. "Just end him," one message read. "I'll sort him out when I'm home," said another. Tustin complied, and by the time he died, experts said the extent of Arthur's injuries met the medical definition of child torture. His tiny body bore more than 130 bruises. Now, I'm not going to continue reading any more of that article. I just wanted to let you guys know the extent to what human beings are capable of. I wanted to detail exactly what happened to Arthur, so you know, right, what that little boy had to go through in the months leading up to his death. There's people in this world who would kill for a child, would kill for a family. Not everyone's lucky enough to have that, okay? And you've got people out here who are able to have kids, who are having kids, who then torture their kids because they ain't all right up here. In the time that Arthur was alive, he did not have it easy in the slightest. His own mum got sent to jail for the murder of her boyfriend who was abusive, right? And it turns out that his own dad is abusive. His own dad's partner is abusive. I pray to God, I pray to the universe, I pray to anyone, anything, any higher entity. Please, all the damage that got inflicted on Arthur, please inflict 100 times more on Arthur's parents, his dad and the partner. Please, that's the only way we have justice. Because there is no justice for Arthur's family and his grandparents and the friends and family and that did love him. There's no justice for them. There's nothing that brings him back. But we need some spiritual justice. We need some worldly justice here. Yeah, they have to die. Okay, those people have to die in jail. They have to be tortured first before it happens. Okay, because they need to feel exactly what they made a poor, defenseless little boy feel. But we'll see what God can pull out the bag for this one. Like the video, comment, subscribe. I'll see you soon. Peace.